I was reading the book Endurance, Emil Zatopek, and I was going through some of the facts, and yeah, I'm getting through the near the end of the book, and I think it's getting interesting. I'm gonna go for some of the notes based on what I read. Okay, so the Czechoslovakia government used Zatopek as a symbol when going to a foreign country to set the atmosphere. Yeah, so he's a tool of politics or something. Zatopek broke 18 world records. Yeah, okay. In 1958 at San Sebastian, Emil ran a 5 by 2.5 kilometer circuit. That was 2.225 kilometers. Comment section below if you think I'm wrong. His last race and he won. So yeah, he went off all happy and cheery and everything's great. As he left, he was given a white dog like a fox terrier. The dog pissed everywhere apparently. Okay, so that doesn't sound very nice. Yeah. Anyway, so in Prague in 1968, the Russians had come. Yeah, so this when things get rough. Yeah. The 2,000 words stated an allegiance to Moscow and the Warsaw Pact. Yeah, so they signed this allegiance, which would haunt them later on, as we shall see. On the street, hundreds of youths had made barricades from discouraged trucks. They built obstacles, a student protest. Yeah, they made a student protest. Yeah, lots of that seemed to be happening around the 60s. Because, that was the 60s. It was a time for protests. So, a farmer saw tanks coming from the north while ploughing a field. He got in a truck to spread the warning to Prague. The people, they need to know this stuff. So, the party lied on the radio to calm everyone down. But 155,000 Russian troops were marching in. Yeah, they lied, I assume, because, that was propaganda or something. I don't know, maybe the Russians are really taking over. The Russians. Ooh. Oh, Vladimir. Lenin. Oh, Stalin. Yeah, those lads, not very nice. Okay. As the Russians moved forward, all eyes turned to Zatopek. He walked onto the street with all the tanks around him. Yeah, he was a brave man when it came to this type of stuff. We'll go through even more examples of that later on. So, about 4,600 Warsaw Pact tanks went to Czechoslovakia on the 20th of August 1968. Yeah, so a scary time for everyone. I'm sure there was chaos, everyone running around being terrorized, thinking they'll be murdered, put to death. Yeah, okay, so the end of the hope that the country would be more liberal was staying socialist. Yeah, so this is like the end of all the hope they had. The dreams gone. They just knew it was all over at this stage. A dark day for Czechoslovakia. Paratroopers surrounded the Central Committee building and went to Dubček's office. Dubček lifted a phone. It was cut, and a soldier pointed a gun at the party leader. Yeah, so they're really taking over now. They're really aggressive. They're like, okay. So Zatopek spent the next 4 days sleeping in different houses in Prague to avoid arrest. So yeah, so he was constantly moving on the move. He wanted to get around. He didn't want to be just staying in one place because they know where he is. So he had to go from house to house, so they wouldn't be able to find him, and seemed to be successful. On the run, a broadcast truck managed to get a signal while Emil gave a broadcast preaching defiance. Yeah, well, that's the same because the Russians took over the television station or whatever it was back then. So yeah, the Russians were taking over at this stage, and I'm sure fear was everywhere. The Russians realized that, okay, we already read that. Zatopek was putting up an anti-Soviet poster when a Russian came and struck him with the back of a gun. Yes, what he did was the other gun, he hit him in the back of the head, and Zatopek fell over, and Zatopek said, "It's okay, comrade," almost as if he wanted to forgive him. It was almost like that type of passive resistance would make them think that he's not really a threat, he's just taking it. Well, what he did was he got up and he walked to the other corner and started putting up another poster. So that's just how brave he is. I mean, I wouldn't be that brave. Would you? If people were taking over your area and they hit you in the back of the head with a gun, they could just kill you the next time they see you. Just go off and put up another poster somewhere else. I don't know. He seems to be so calm and cool about it. I don't know. Maybe that's what made him so successful here. Okay, next up. Zatopek got up and went to another corner. Yeah, I mentioned that. Rumors spread that anyone who signed the 2,000 words was in danger. Yeah, so Zatopek was one of the people who signed it. He was in danger. Big doo-doo this time. Oh yeah, as they say in Star Wars. They brought Zatopek to a remote village. He went to Mexico for the Olympics. Yes, it was 1968 Olympics in Mexico. He he went over there. So yeah, he was safe from the Russians then. But seems kind of strange though. He was in the middle of it all. He was like the hero, and then suddenly, no, I'm off to Mexico. No time for this. Alright, so the government forced to massacre hundreds of protesting students in the Plaza della Cultural. I don't know where that is. Okay. American sprinters Tommy Smith and John Carlos made a black gloved black power salute on the podium. Yeah, so they won medals in the 200 meters. So they gave the black power salute, and they got in a lot of trouble for that. You'd think that people would get rewarded for doing well at the Olympics, but not this guy. No way. I'll read about that in a moment. They were sent home. Tommy was sacked from his job. He washed cars, so it was a very exciting job. Yeah, hitting people with the power hose. His mother died of a heart attack, distraught by the dead rats in her hate mail. So yeah, this guy is not seen as a hero, seen as So if you ever get an Olympic medal and you come home and you don't get much attention or praise for it, just think it could be a lot worse. You could be Tommy Smith, getting hate mail, getting sacked from your job. Yeah. Peter Norman also on the 200 meter podium. He was an Australian. He wore a civil rights badge supporting his rivals. Yeah, so he was for this, and he got in a lot of trouble. So it's like, sure, if you speak up back then, you're just gonna get in trouble. And people might think, oh, you should have spoke up back then, but it's not so easy. It's easier said than done. I mean, it really did take a lot of guts to do that. He was banned from the next Olympics and the 2000 Games in Australia. I mean, that was well after. I would have thought they'd have forgotten about it by that stage. No, apparently not. Dana won a silver medal at age 38. I don't know. Yeah, that was his wife. She won. I don't know what it was, a javelin or something. That was Zatopek's wife. 38. I'm not sure which Olympics that was. I don't know. The Ethiopians ruled the marathon. Yeah, so the Ethiopians were starting to become kings in the marathon. The best. So yeah, they say that Kenya started dominating from 1968 onwards. They started doing better with Kip Keino, was it? He won the 1500 1968 and 1970. No, it was a steeplechase 1972. I don't know, something like that. And so yeah, but for the Ethiopians, he's even before that. So Bakita won gold in 1960 and 1964. So 1960 in the Rome Marathon, he went barefoot and still won because he tried the Adidas runners on and they weren't comfortable, so he didn't wear them. 1964 Tokyo, yeah, he won again. There's an Irish guy in that race actually. What was his name? Jeez, forget his name. Hogan, I think. Yeah, Jim Hogan. He ran that race. He was keeping up in second place up to like 3 miles to go, and then he just collapsed. Yeah, I didn't know as much about nutrition for the actual race back then, taking in liquids and all that. So I guess it's not a natural event though. The marathon, you might say that. Bakita was paralysed in a car crash the following year. He died of a brain hemorrhage at the age of 41. Yeah, so it didn't work out well for him in the end. So you might think, oh, I want to be famous, I want to be a celebrity, I want to do well in life, I want to get respected, I want to win the marathon with my bare feet. But then you get in a car crash. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe that was a sign saying you should have stuck to running, no driving. Maybe that was a sign. The age of 41. How old? He was born in 1933, so that would have been what, 1974? Yeah. Walde was sentenced to prison. This is what Momo Walde sentenced for shooting government agent. Yeah. He died soon after he was released in 2002, and he was buried beside Bakita. He won the 1968 marathon because she was the man. Yeah. Go and play. Alright, so early 1969, Zatopek tells the Soviet newspaper that the Czechs will arm themselves. Yeah, saying that they'll do whatever, they throw arms or throw rocks or whatever it is, just defend themselves. But I don't know, tough times. We live in dark times, they'd be saying to themselves. Dana said that her father had been arrested in the middle of the night by the Gestapo, but that was ages ago. Yeah, so she was saying she doesn't want what's his name, Zatopek to be a hero. She was saying, like, what's the point if you get killed, then 5-10 years later people say you're a hero? Sure, you'd rather just live, survive, be alive. Just, yeah. A history student died at Charles University, setting fire to himself in Wenceslas Square. Okay, so that's all my notes. I haven't actually finished the book yet, but I'm getting there. I'll be right, more notes coming up. on the old YouTube box. So is Irish Funner. Do what he feels right. Whether it be like, comment, subscribe, or dislike, send criticism. Whatever he feels right. Goodbye.